So when big things happen, I like to pay attention to how I respond and react to things. And it's been very interesting to see my mind adapt to all that's happened since the coronavirus arrived. And the initial disbelief and anxiety has now turned into adapting to the virus being part of everyday life. You know, it's been over 3 months and 10 days since a 35-year-old man went to an urgent care clinic in Snohomish County, Washington, with a 4-day history of cough and fever and tested positive for the coronavirus. He was the first case to be detected. Since then, more than 1 million people have tested positive in the United States. 1 million. Now, residents in most states, along with more than half of the world, have been ordered to shelter in their homes in the hopes of slowing the spread of the highly contagious virus and try to keep hospital systems from being overwhelmed. Still, there have been more than 60,000 confirmed and probable deaths across the United States. 60,000. The global death rate is more than 225,000. Many people. So the initial shock was mainly due to relating to my world and myself as not changing. And of course, intellectually, I know things change moment to moment, but that's just really a fleeting intellectual thought. I don't have that in here at all. And my shock at the advent of the virus is a measure of my ignorance about the changes that occur moment to moment. And now that I have adapted to the reality of the COVID-19 virus, I have made this now the solid, unchanging reality. This is not helpful. Relating to the virus in an unchanging manner has brought a sense of complacency, and with complacency, carelessness often comes about. So a disconnect with what is changing moment to moment. This is important because there are now talks of opening up communities. So to kind of get myself back into the reality of the changing moment to moment of this virus, I looked at the statistics of new cases in the United States the last 2 days. So 2 days ago, the new cases, 24,385. The deaths on that day, 2,096. Yesterday, new cases, 27,327. Deaths, 2,612. Complacency will not be helpful at this time. So without testing, we have no way of knowing the extent of the spread of the virus. And if we just think about this, all of the uncountable causes and conditions that are in play every moment, we actually have no idea what will happen next. And here's the news flash, we never did. We never did, and we don't now. So when I remind myself of this fact of reality, my grasping mind often finds something to hold on to. If I'm wise, I remind myself that by default I see that what is actually impermanent is permanent. That's what it looks like to me. Everything looks permanent to me, although I know that it is impermanent. So there is nothing solid to hold on to. So if I can stay with that a little bit, then what? Do I freak out? Or do I think, well, nothing matters then? No. I remind myself that my samsaric experience is and will be messy and unpredictable. I remind myself to stop looking outside of myself for the answers. Try to stay connected with awareness to each moment. It's an easy sentence to say and very hard to do. Just as the virus began due to many causes and conditions, it will cease in that same way. It will not be like turning off a light switch. It'll be messy. There will be many starts and stops. There will be kind of a second wave that comes. And so it's really a time, an opportunity now to really remember how everything changes moment to moment, to really get ourselves marinated in that. So I can ground myself in what is happening right this moment. Cannot predict the future. When the community in this place where I live opens up, I can wear a mask if I go out to protect myself and others. That's a very wise thing to do. I can rest my awareness in the truth of the moment instead of getting caught up in the past or creating the future. This is much less painful than trying to hold on to something that does not even exist right here, right now. I can learn how to laugh with others. I can consciously focus my attention on the kindness around me every day. So we can be aware of what is happening moment to moment with an open heart, using the Dharma to make sense of our experiences and practicing non-harming. If we relate to this ever-changing world in this way, it will create the causes and conditions to progress on the path. It will bring some clarity and ease right now, and eventually lead to full awakening so that we can benefit all beings.